Alright, I believe we have started. Pin this here. Alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, or more specifically and more likely, Sir Gavin, got a game for you, as I promised. Go ahead and put it on quadruple speed. Right now it's just Dark Age. Um, this isn't a particularly awesome game. There's nothing like incredibly special about it. But it is a game. And it was a good one. So this is Gold Rush. Bunch of gold in the middle, hills, wolves, blah blah blah. Typically, normally, you see this kind of stuff over here as what my opponent's doing. Usually people wall up fairly early, but he's really open in the front, as am I, which is usually typical for Gold Rush. But typically, either way, you still usually wall up, like he's doing here, and go to Castle Age and boom, eco approach. But I'm just used to doing Feudal Age scouts. As you see, I went up 21 pop. That's actually a pretty normal scout build, although my build itself is not exactly a build. I don't have it down to a T or nothing, as I'm going gold way earlier than I should, blah, blah, blah. But I did plan on getting Bloodline, so that's somewhat intentional. But anyway, I do plan on going scouts because that's just what I know, and I'm just doing just going through the motions pretty much. I'm just doing what I would normally do, not really thinking too much about it. And I kind of assumed he would be walled, as he almost is already. But I was like, you know what, like, let's find out. Let's see if he is walled. So I get in here and I'm like, okay, so he's not walled. I see this wood line. I'm like, well, that's pretty exposed. So I leave my scout here because this is where he has to connect the wall, or to here. But either way, I started getting my scouts together because I didn't want to engage too early. But I also wanted to wait for my upgrades as I'm getting bloodlines here, and then I'm getting blast furnace up on the forging, actually, up on the upper left there. And then I go in, and 4 scouts with forging and bloodlines, they will do some damage against villagers. And I got 4 villager kills right there. Let me slow it down. That's a 5th. That's a 6th. And our eco idle TC time is actually quite similar. Surprisingly, I'm not doing too bad this game, but it will climb, as will his, as we're distracted doing other things here. But yeah, man, I mean, scouts can be quite effective at killing villagers, even just idling eco. I mean, he's got 8 villagers in here not working right now, whereas back at home, all my villagers are working, and that's kind of the goal of this, while I'm trying to set up my eco as well. But it's just, right now, it's just harassment. Could have done a better job keeping these guys alive, keeping them out of TC fire, and just let him idle his eco. Could be attacking this wall, forcing repair, that kind of stuff. But I also realized the spearmen can come out, so I was a little weary about actually selecting a building to attack it. Go ahead and speed up at least 2 times here. So that's kind of what I did here. I ended up losing this scout because of it. I'm looking at my eco right now, looking at my eco, and I lose a scout. So that's kind of what can happen. But I knew there was a weak vill around here. I'm looking for this guy right here. And I actually, I do end up getting him. Spoiler alert. Dink. Yeah, now he's getting the full wall down. I could have honestly maybe gone full feudal here with a bunch of scouts and just like kept him off stone, like harassed his gold. Like I could have done full feudal play, but I didn't want to. It's a bit risky because he's already in Castle Age and now he can drop this TC here. Actually, doink another build there. But yeah, so at this point now, as I'm getting my stoning and my gold mining, because I want to castle later, but I'm not going to focus too heavy on that. And then I do have people going to gold. Like I should have more on gold, honestly. This build, again, I'm not too good with builds. But I intend on going knights in the next age, because that's just the easiest thing to go through, or go to from scouts. And I was hoping maybe he'd still be open. I didn't really realize that he wouldn't be. If I had noticed this, I would have seen he had knights sooner, but he ends up going for retaliation. I did see him with this vill because I was going to siege push him in Castle Age. I didn't think he'd have the resources to immediately go for knights, but it's alright because I got knights of my own. So he gets a little bit of a return here on my eco, gets 2 vill kills. I think he's got more knights coming in. Oh, okay, I think he swings around to the left at some point. But he's TCing in the middle, which is pretty good for Gold Rush. That's where his 3rd TC went. I can't stop it. He walled in the vills pretty intelligently. But then I realized, alright, I gotta go do damage. So I attack here as he's attacking here. I save most of my vills there, and I break through here at the same time as he's trying to raid me. So then I start getting some more raids in. And I already have +2 attack and +2 armor, which +2 armor defense against the TC, and +2 attack does a lot of damage against Phils. I'm even raiding him here, I'm defending myself here as he's trying to kill with knights, but I got my knights over there ready for it. But yeah, just harassing the eco. I mean, at this point, let me slow it down real quick. It's now at 26 eco deaths. Like, I've killed 26 of his villagers. He's had a lot of idle time. He's already up to an hour's worth of idle time. That's how many like seconds build up to an hour anyways, with Phil's being idle inside TCs and shit like that. You see idols. I mean, he's just got idols everywhere because I'm just harassing him everywhere. I got knights in the snow, knights in the wood. I got knights on his gold, and now I'm dropping a castle on this gold as well, which I forgot to mention, but which was what I intended with these vills over here. I was going to castle the middle either way, but then once he had this TC here, I was like, oh, that's a golden opportunity. And again, I'm harassing his eco so much that he's got 0 on gold right now. Like, he just can't afford, and he also can't focus on producing knights at the moment. And so I'm just continuing the harassment. Again, could have done a little bit better at getting my knights on a harm way, maybe engaging against the spearmen earlier, things like that. Like at this point, if I went for siege right here and now, because I have the resources for it, I got the wood, I got the gold. Had I went for like rams or something and pushed him, or even some petards real early, I could have broken in and just continued to harass damage or cause damage, and it probably would have ended here. But as I let him get this conversion here, and then once I heard that conversion, I realized, okay, I gotta back up. He's walled, he's got monks. I actually go for the petards now, so they are just a little late with it. Honestly, I had a pretty good idea with it, what I was gonna do. You know, I try to break in here. I didn't know this castle was here, but then I see his full wall behind it. I misplayed here. Petard takes it down, but I wasn't ready with the knights. He was quick to get the house down. I lost a few knights to conversions. I'm like, okay, this is getting a little dangerous. So I back off. I'm going up to imp anyways. I had the resources because, like I said, I mean, my eco's been efficient the whole time. It's now 50 to 30 eco. That's a huge difference. 20 vil difference. That's huge at this stage of the game. He does deny a castle of mine. I'm going imp. I want to place this. That way I can trip down his castle, or at least trip down buildings and allow myself back into his eco. If I just back up a little bit, keep massing knights, and then I can engage against this all day long. There's only a few those Malian guys. I don't know what they're called. And yeah, that's GG. Because, I mean, he knows I'm an imp. He's nowhere near imp. If you look at his resources, I mean, he's only got less than 40 eco. It's going to be very hard to reach imp at that stage. And yeah, I mean, at this point, as I get this out of the way, once this castle's up, I can go for trebs. I have 2 castles to produce him as well. So this castle will be mincemeat. He can't engage under my castle fire anyway. And I've just got way more army at this stage. So, yeah, GG. It was a good game. Went very well. The scouts did heavy damage early on, really fucked up his eco, really threw him off his game, and then getting in with the knights later on with that gate while he was trying to go for a counter raid really helped out. And I was very vigilant as well. I knew he was going to come with counter raid. I knew I was playing open, had absolutely no walls, so I was prepared to put the vills inside the TCs, and I got him back to work pretty quickly too. So, but anyways, yeah, GG. Wanted to get a game in, wanted to record a game. I have a new goal. I'm going to try and get a game in every day. Hopefully they're going to be worth casting. Hopefully they'll be a little bit more interesting than this one. I mean, I guess this is fairly good, you know, but it's a bit average gameplay for me. A lot of my games turn out similar to this anyways when they go well. But anyway, like I said, GG.